What if one tiny leaf could do what pills keep failing to deliver? Not a prescription. Not a hormone patch. Not another bottle filled with side effects. Just a leaf. Small. Simple. And quietly restoring energy, drive, and testosterone in men who had almost given up. Because here's the truth, for so many men over 60, the fight isn't just about aging. It's about waking up every day and wondering where your edge went. You try to stay active. You eat a little better. You even tried those testosterone pills once, but the headaches, the mood swings, the feeling of being off, it wasn't worth it. So now you settle. You tell yourself it's just part of getting older. You accept the lower energy, the slow mornings, the loss of interest in the things that used to make you feel alive. But what if it doesn't have to be this way? What if the issue isn't your age, but the approach? Because your body still knows how to make testosterone. It's just not being told to. And there's one small plant that can change that. In this video, I'll show you exactly what it is, how it works, and how men across the country are using it to bring back something they thought they had lost for good. No injections. No quick fixes. No side effects. Just biology woken up the way nature intended. Let's begin. You don't always notice it at first. It doesn't hit like a heart attack or knock you over like the flu. It shows up slowly, quietly, like fog rolling in. You wake up, and something feels different. Not painful, not dramatic. Just off. The first sign? You stop waking up with that sense of readiness. The physical response that used to be automatic gone. Replaced with stillness, with silence, with a body that doesn't seem to remember what it's supposed to do. You try to brush it off. Maybe it was a bad night of sleep. Maybe you're just tired. But days turn into weeks. And the feeling lingers. Then it shows up in other places. You stop initiating. Not just in the bedroom, but in life. You wait to be asked. You wait to be needed. And when no one asks, you pull back. Just a little at first. Then more. You get irritable over small things. You lose steam by mid-morning, even on slow days. You forget why you walked into the garage. You find yourself sitting down more, and caring less. You're still you. But somehow less of you. And the worst part? You don't talk about it. Because men don't say, "I feel invisible," or "I don't feel like a man anymore." You just carry it. Alone. Quietly. But here's what I need you to know, this isn't weakness. This isn't failure. This isn't you fading away. It's biology. It's hormones. It's circulation. It's something we can work with. Because the truth is, if your body can forget how to respond, it can also remember. And the leaf I'm about to show you? It doesn't force anything. It simply reminds. My name is Dr. Catherine Rocker. And for over 3 decades, I've had the honor of working with men who've built homes, raised families, run companies, served this country, and now find themselves sitting in my office, asking in a quiet voice, what happened to me? They're not broken. They're not done. They're not weak. But something inside them has gone quiet. And they don't know how to bring it back. Most doctors respond with pills. Testosterone creams. Injections. Boosters. But I don't start there. Because I've seen what happens when we try to force the body to perform before we've listened to what it's asking for. Yes, testosterone matters. But it's not the root. The root is in rhythm. In restoring the signal between your brain, your blood, and your inner fire. That's why I've spent my career studying what supports that signal naturally through food, herbs, breath, sleep, and timing. And one of the most powerful allies I've found for restoring energy, focus, and masculine presence isn't found in a syringe, it's found in a leaf. Small. Bitter. Barely noticed. But when used the right way, it speaks to your body in a language it still remembers. This isn't about reversing time. It's about reclaiming function. Not becoming someone else, just returning to yourself. Because strength isn't something I give. It's something I help you wake up again. And that journey? It starts with understanding what's gone quiet, and offering it what it's been missing. Let me show you how. Testosterone doesn't just disappear after 60. That's a myth. A lazy explanation. Something people say when they don't want to look deeper. The truth is your body still makes it. It just makes less. And uses it less efficiently. Why? Because the systems that support testosterone, the ones that signal, transport, and protect it, start to slow down. Let me explain. Your testosterone is made primarily in the testes. But it's not the testes that decide how much you get. It's your brain. A tiny region called the hypothalamus tells your pituitary gland, hey, we need more testosterone. The pituitary then sends a message, a hormone called LH, luteinizing hormone, which travels through your blood to your testes and says, let's go. But if that signal weakens because of stress, sleep loss, inflammation, or age, your production slows down. And here's where it gets worse. Even the testosterone you do make can be trapped, bound by a protein called SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. Bound testosterone can't be used. It just floats. So now you've got two problems. Less production, less usable testosterone. Now add in other culprits. High cortisol from years of stress, insulin resistance from poor blood sugar control, poor liver function from medications, or age, low nitric oxide from inactivity, and suddenly, testosterone isn't just low, it's disconnected. That's why pills fail. They dump synthetic testosterone into your system, ignoring the signals, the transport, the balance. Your brain stops trying. Your body shuts down its own rhythm. And the moment you stop the pill, everything crashes. But there's another way. A way to wake up your body's natural signal. To support LH. To lower SHBG. To gently raise usable testosterone without disrupting your internal code. And that's where one tiny leaf has shown remarkable power. Not because it forces testosterone, but because it restores the ability to respond. Let me show you what it is and what it did for a man who had almost given up. Walter was 67 when he told me he felt like a shadow. Not sick. Not broken. Just diminished. He'd been a high school football coach for 30 years. The kind of man who never missed a practice, who could lead a locker room with a glance. But after retirement, something went quiet. He started skipping his morning walks. He stopped making jokes with his wife. He said even his voice felt softer. He'd tried things, testosterone gels, booster pills, some herbal blends he ordered online. But nothing stuck. Some gave him headaches. Others made him edgy and restless. One even spiked his blood pressure so badly he ended up in urgent care. When he sat in my office, he didn't ask for more tests. He didn't ask for another prescription. He just said, I don't feel like a man in the mornings anymore, and I want to feel that again just for me. So I asked him to try something different. Not stronger. Not faster. Just smarter. I handed him a small bottle. Inside were capsules made from a tiny, bitter leaf called fenugreek. He raised an eyebrow. This little thing does what the others couldn't, I nodded. Not by forcing your body, but by reminding it. I asked him to take one capsule, every morning, with breakfast. Nothing else changed. No new workouts. No strict diets. Just a new rhythm. 2 weeks passed. He sent me a text. Mornings feel different. More presence. More calm energy. I stood in the kitchen today and actually wanted to do something. Haven't felt that in a while. By the 4th week, he told me his wife noticed something else. You're humming again, she said. You haven't done that in years. 6 weeks in, we ran his labs. Total testosterone? Slightly up. Free testosterone? Even better. His mood? Grounded. His sleep? Deeper. His shoulders? Relaxed. He told me it wasn't a miracle. It was a return. And every morning now, as he opens that small bottle, he doesn't just see a supplement. He sees a signal. A quiet decision to keep showing up not just for his body, but for the man still living inside it. So what exactly is inside this tiny leaf? And how could it wake something in Walter that medicine had failed to reach? Let's take a closer look. Fenugreek, also called Trigonella phonum graecum, has been used for centuries in traditional medicine. But only recently have we begun to understand why it works so well for men. It contains a group of natural plant compounds called furostanilic saponins. These saponins don't add testosterone. They support the enzymes and receptors your body uses to create it. They help your body say, yes, let's make more, but that's just the beginning. Fenugreek also helps reduce levels of something called SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. SHBG is like a prison guard. It grabs onto testosterone and keeps it locked away, unusable. So even if you have testosterone, if SHBG is high, it can't reach the cells that need it. Fenugreek helps lower SHBG, which means more free testosterone, the kind your body actually uses for energy, mood, muscle, and performance. And there's more. Fenugreek improves insulin sensitivity. That's huge. Because when insulin is out of balance, which is common after 60, your testosterone tanks right along with it. By stabilizing blood sugar, you're also stabilizing your hormones. Then there's the nervous system. Fenugreek has shown calming effects on cortisol, the stress hormone that, when elevated too long, shuts down testosterone production completely. So what does all of this mean? It means this leaf isn't a stimulant. It's a regulator. It doesn't push. It supports. It doesn't override your system. It gives your system permission to work again. And the result? More clarity. More drive. More strength, not because something was added, but because something was unblocked. That's the power of fenugreek. Not a magic trick. Just a quiet reminder to your biology, you still remember how to be strong. Fenugreek works. But only if you use it with the same care it offers you. Because like many things in life, it's not just what you do. It's how you do it. I've seen too many men try it, mean well, and walk away disappointed. Not because their bodies failed, but because they weren't told what to avoid. Let's fix that. Here are the most common mistakes that can quietly cancel out everything this powerful little leaf is trying to do for you. Mistake 1. Using the wrong form. Not all fenugreek is created equal. The grocery store spice aisle version? That's for flavor, not function. What you want is standardized extract, specifically one that contains at least 50% furostanilic saponins. That's the active part that helps with testosterone. Capsules with that standardization are the ones used in clinical trials. Don't settle for anything less. Mistake 2. Taking it on an empty stomach. Fenugreek is bitter and fibrous. If you take it without food, it can upset your stomach, cause bloating, or even nausea. Always take it with breakfast, preferably with a meal that contains healthy fats and protein. That helps your body absorb it fully and minimizes any digestive issues. Mistake 3. Expecting overnight results. This isn't a stimulant. It doesn't hit you. It works through restoration, not shock. Most men notice subtle changes within 10 to 14 days: better sleep, calmer energy, more mental clarity. By week 3 or 4, many report increased morning response, improved drive, more steady confidence. So give it time. This is about building, not fixing. Mistake 4. Taking it too late in the day. Fenugreek can mildly stimulate metabolism and digestion. For some men, taking it at night may lead to restlessness. That's why I recommend morning only. Let it support your natural cortisol rhythm and testosterone production right when your body's trying to wake up. Mistake 5. Forgetting the big picture. Fenugreek is powerful. But it's one piece of a bigger puzzle. If you're still eating poorly, sleeping 4 hours a night, and running on stress, no leaf can save you. So use it as part of a rhythm. A small, daily act that reminds your body, I'm supporting you now. Not fighting you, and in return, your body will begin to respond. Not like it used to. Like it wants to. You don't need to change everything. You don't need a 12-step plan, a fancy supplement stack, or a complete diet overhaul. You just need a rhythm, one that's simple, repeatable, and built around something your body understands. Here's where to start. Each morning, after breakfast, take 1 capsule of fenugreek extract. Look for a dose between 300 to 600 milligrams, standardized to at least 50% saponins. If you eat eggs, toast, or a protein shake in the morning, that's perfect. The food helps absorption, and the timing matches your natural testosterone curve. After you take it, don't expect fireworks. Expect presence. More clarity as the hours go on. More steadiness in your breath. More strength in your steps. Not all at once, but enough to notice. If you prefer whole seeds, lightly roast 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, soak them in warm water overnight, and drink both water and seeds the next morning. Chew slowly. Let the bitterness do its job. Want to take it a step further? Add in a short walk after breakfast. 10 to 15 minutes. Just enough to tell your body, we're moving now. Wake up. Drink a glass of water mid-morning. Keep caffeine moderate. And watch what starts to return. This isn't a protocol. It's a promise. A small act repeated daily, not to chase youth, but to reclaim rhythm. You don't need perfect. You need consistency. And this? This is how you begin. You're not losing your power. You're not fading. You're not becoming less of a man. You're simply being asked to remember something you were never taught how to hold on to. Because strength, real strength, was never about size or speed or dominance. It was about presence. Direction. The quiet certainty that says, I'm here. I know who I am. And I choose to show up. You haven't lost that. You may have misplaced it. You may have gone quiet for a while. You may have been led to believe that age means decline, softness, or relevance. But that's not the truth. The truth is your biology still responds. Your body still listens. And when you offer it what it needs, nutrients, rhythm, breath, intention, it wakes up. Not to become who you were, but to become who you still are. A man with purpose. A man with depth. A man who doesn't need to prove anything, because he's already come home to himself. All that, from one small choice. One daily signal. One tiny leaf. You didn't need a breakthrough. You just needed to return. If something in this message spoke to you, not just in your head, but somewhere deeper, if you recognized yourself in Walter's story, or felt a quiet yes when we talked about mornings that feel empty, then maybe it's time to try something small. Something daily. Something true. Maybe it's time to stop chasing strength and start returning to it. You don't have to do it alone. If you're ready to listen to your body again, leave a comment that simply says, I'm returning. That's it. No explanations. No big claims. Just a signal like the one you're about to send to your own body. And if you know a man, a brother, a friend, a father who's been moving through his days feeling like his fire is slipping, share this with him. Not to fix him. Not to preach. But to remind him that his strength is still there and he's not the only one trying to find it again. We are building something here. Not a brand. Not a trend. A quiet circle of men who choose to come back to themselves one breath, one morning, one small leaf at a time. And if you're here, welcome back. We've been waiting for you.